CFR Network, CFR News. Good day, good night, all. Shalom, balance, paradise. We in the building, man. We in the building. We in the lab. I got a sibling with me. I'm keeping the build a little bit local of late. A sibling,
Yes,
please
brother.
do introduce yourself to the squadron, them and the listeners.
Yo, squad listeners, I'm Djedefre Memnon, Kase Kemre, Kush, Ramizum Huriyangu. I'll tell you what that means, yeah? Djedefre means enduring like Ra, enduring like the sun. Memnon means the immortal, the seed that keeps on giving. Memnon was the first hero in history, yeah, when you read about the Battle of Troy and all of that kind of stuff. And then you get Kase Kemre, that means everlasting are the eminences of the sun, yeah? And then you get Kush, meaning strong black, genetically, yeah? And then Ramizum Huriyangu, that means he who accords life to the nations. And 360 degrees means I'm 360 degrees in. 27 years on the knowledge of the holy tablets, and I write my own books to try and wake up the people, reach the people, do my own lives, do my own everything, just to reach you, the people who are viewing now. So I'm sitting here with the noble one, and we about to build, chop it up. Rahu back to everybody, yeah?
Definite, man, definite. Honor and pleasure to have such a charismatic, energy-filled being, thirsty and searching for the knowledge, and most importantly, imparting the knowledge. You know what I mean? Each one teach 12 is my mantra. Gone are the days of each one teach one, because if you had the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you know, you would see the times that we're in. It's a wonderful, it's an interesting, it's also a scary time to be in existence in the Gregorian year of 2023. You know, so I thought I'd bring you on to explore your journey, how you're navigating this year, and most importantly, to explore the human experience and how you've got to the point where you are today, where, you know, I'll go one further, sibling. We 360. 720, okay?
Yeah.
720 is what we're dealing with now.
Yeah, I know. I have an altar, Ursama Atra Sete Penra 720, but I don't use that as my name for the public. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because you can't start people with the 720. You got to start in their dimension and bring them up. Do you understand? So more time it's you who got to come down to raise people up. So I'm not going to work with that Ursama Atra. Only my closest ones will call me that. You understand? And that will come later after I've done my mission here is to record or re-record the past, the present, and the future, because we're in a time in the earth now, which you was using a couple of words there. I would use the word significant. We're in a very significant and critical stage in the history of this earth. Do you understand? So my job is coming here for the 9th time. This is the 9th time I've come to earth, is to come and record. So every time I've come to earth, I've been a scribe, a writer. So it enables me to bring all of my knowledge of how to write books, how to make books, how to say this, how to put, I already know that, it's in my DNA. All I have to do is align with myself, and then I can bring it. How I learned that? In jail, facing 25 years. So I had no choice. God was like, listen, we put you here to do this, and you threw it in our face. You ain't doing shit with it. You out here sleeping with bare gal, working, selling this, selling. That's not what we put you here for. So now we put you in jail. So now you're looking at 25 years, one punch, I punched the man fell down, whacked his head on the concrete, dead. The nigga never woke up, yeah? A white dude. So now it looks bad. Them time I got more size on me. I'm like 13 stone black, man. They're like, bastard, you're gonna get banged away for 25 years. Yeah. I'm in the cell going crazy, thinking, what the fuck, my life is gone upside down. I was a manager doing well for myself, owning 2 offices, yeah, looking at mortgages and shit, and I wake up in jail in my fucking suit after punching a man. And the gods are like, you better get a chair. You're going to be here 2 years. You're going to get 4 years if you take this mission. We've got to force you to do it. So this story, what I told you that I've come up with now, all that's in here, this is the greatest novel in the history of the planet. You might think I'm blowing my trumpet right now.
Bring that closer to the song, man. Bring that closer. I can see the art, because that's some tremendous artwork on that there, sibling.
See that?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
the legacy, sight beyond sight. And this tells the whole story of how I became Djedefre Memnon at the same time as telling the story of how Egypt became Egypt with Pharaoh Menes. So it's an epigenetic Pharaoh Narmer. Yeah, Kemet, Egypt, how it began. Like I was there, which is here, and it's all in that book. That's just one book out of, I got 6 books. I came here to write 9 books. I'm on book 6. I got book 7 sitting, waiting for me to just bash it out. So I've already finished book 7. And then I got 2 more books, and then, yo, anything else is a bonus. I might just start bonusing people like, yo, let me write a superhero story. This is how I'm rolling.
Hey, no, all jokes aside, that would be excellent if you could put your mind to superhero, like non-fiction stuff.
I was talking to my sister today about it. It's called Super Villains. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say no more.
Yeah. Keep it. Yeah. Keep that in the mental, sibling. Keep that in the mental.
In the ether, it's in the ether, bro. It applies to this story here. When I come out of jail, I'm one of the characters in the supervillains, the main one, and I'm called Bookhead. Yeah, and my power is I can manipulate time. I can see through the looking glass and travel, and just vision myself somewhere else and vision your ass somewhere else. So we can end up in another time zone on another timeline talking right now. So this is serious, like, but I'm building it in the ether. So when the time comes when people have digested this, the legacy, the greatest story in the world, they're gonna say, "What's he gonna do next?" I already gave you the clue, man.
See how you painted that vivid picture. I'm imagining like Sliders mixed with Jumper, that film that came out.
That word that you just said, painted the picture. It was just the other day, because I kept saying, "Yo, my sword, mighty is the sword, mightier than the sword." That's one of my slogans. So the other day, the God was like, "Nah, it's not even that." He's like, "You paint with word. You got a paintbrush." So when I give you these books and stuff, like you said, the artwork, this is a piece of art. I've painted this with a paintbrush like Picasso. It's why we're saying we're Picasso or Van Gogh for books. We're painting these shits for you. So you get a vivid picture like, bastard, I took you there to Kemet. And you've seen the temples and you can type it in your Google, bastard, that temple's real. Like everything in there is real. It's not a joke. You'll come out of it like there's no way you could have made that shit up when you're gonna check it up and that. Because it's all gonna just hold out.
Definitely, it's gonna line up, man.
And it's a story, and we need that because until the lion tells the story is always gonna be told by the hunter. So now the lions have got to pick up the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, man.
Well, you don't know the thing. And what do they always say? If you want to hide something, you put it in a book.
Yeah, and what you got to understand too, like, you know about the teachings of Ptah-hotep, right? Okay, so the teachings, for anyone who's looking who doesn't know what the teachings of Ptah-hotep are, that's the oldest book in the world. Yeah, you hear people talking about Epic of Gilgamesh. That's an epic. That's the oldest epic in the world. But before that, the oldest book, this is not an epic. This is a man that's 110 years old. 4,500 years ago, he reached 110. And he says, listen, before I'm dead, I'm going to write down all my wisdom to leave it with the man then. And he was under the reign of the Pharaoh, Djedefre, not Djedefre, Djedefre. Do you understand? The pillar of strength.
We're talking
the fifth
pre-dynastic?
Yeah, no, dynastic, old
dynastic period. Okay.
Fifth dynasty, very close to Khufu and them. But after Khufu and them are the fourth, he came in the fifth, Djedefre Isisi. And in his time, his man, like Imhotep, in his earlier time, this time it was Ptah-hotep. And he got to be 110. And he wrote down all his wisdoms in a book. I've got it here. Yeah, somewhere. Where the fuck is it? He wrote down all his wisdoms in a book in the form of maxims. Maxims are just like...
yes.
Simple. You understand what I'm saying? And he said, listen, you see the scribes, the man who writes, he says his books are his children. His books are his wives. That's what he says. His book is more durable than a pyramid. So that means I've got 6 pyramids. My books, my 6 books is 6 pyramids, according to Ptah-hotep. So fuck a Pharaoh Khufu, then I'm Pharaoh Djedefre, because I got 6 pyramids, 6 books, and I'm about to make my 7th pyramid. They say Sneferu, he got 3 pyramids. He got the red pyramid at Dashur, he got the pyramid at Maidum, and then he got the pyramid just before his son. It looks just like the Great Pyramid, just a little bit smaller. But yo, the same thing. So Sneferu, with 3 pyramids, he's the biggest builder out of all the pharaohs when you think about bastard, this man's got 3 pyramids.
Yes.
But yo, Djedefre, my books are pyramids, so I got 6 of them. That's how you got to look at it when we're coming into this age to give to our children. Like, yo, you got to make pyramids and shit where you make generational wealth for yourself and shit.
Yes.
If you want to be great, you got to do the shit that's going to outlast you. It's not just about you. What about your children and your grandchildren and your family name and all of that shit after you're 200 years from now?
Legacy and dynasty, yeah, man.
Is it still going to be here? That's what men used to be. They used to think about, I want my bloodline to be here 200 years from now. So I got to do shit right now that outlives me. Yeah. Like writing these books.
Big picture thinking, to create legacies and dynasties. So as you say, you know, we can set up the little ones who become big ones, who then again can set pace and create their legacy and dynasty and move that thing forward.
Yeah, and like you said, after we're gone, people will study our works like they study Socrates and Plato. They'll be doing lectures on Noble, his podcast. We're breaking this podcast down tonight. This was such a critical podcast in this time, 2023. And this was going on in the world, and they had guys like this. Our shit gonna be dissected like some Plato shit and Socrates and Aristotle and shit. I'm telling you, Mother Earth told me them books, I preserve them in my hard drives. So, yeah, man. So even when you're gone, they hear you ain't gonna be forgotten in this realm.
Akashic records, man, for sure, sibling. With this new thing that we got, if we were back in the day, we would be carving shit into limestone and thing. You know what I mean?
My daughter's name's Akasha. See, Akasha Nefertari, Zampaladus. Yeah.
You see it there? The bloodline's deep, man, and you're carrying it on well. I remember when I was building with your sister, and it's you see, and I always say this here: light attracts light. It's the only certain thing that will take place.
Yeah, it is my sister that told me about you first, you know, because I did mention you to her, and she's like, yeah, I know my man from Birmingham, he's a good dude and that. She did some shout out to you. She said that long time.
This is on point, man, and we're all on a journey, man. So
Yeah,
a lot
of
of
course.
people, at least sibling, I was just before we got on, I was having a quick little WhatsApp exchange, and a sister was talking this thing. I won't even get into the personals of it, and I was just saying, yo, we're all on this here journey, man. I'm not even the finished product. I'm nowhere near it, man. You know what I mean?
The process.
I'm in the stage now of being just leaving university, and I'm doing extra credits now. I'm doing extra credits for my own benefit, not for the university thing, man. You know what I mean?
You know what I feel like right now? And this is just me saying it now, you've said that. Where I feel I'm at right now, you ever watch Watchmen?
Oh shit, yeah.
You ever seen Dr. Manhattan?
Yes, man. Yes.
That's how powerful I feel right now. Like I'm in that zone. Like, I don't even want to fuck with the world. I'm far away on some fucking planet writing books. People are looking for me. Yo, Sam, come help us. Earth's in trouble. I'm somewhere far the fuck away, bro. Do you understand? Just doing this thing in my. You understand? Yeah. And I feel like I've been drawn back here to like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? That's how I feel on some Dr. Manhattan shit, bro.
Yes.
Like I'm about to build some different shit, matrices and shit, and just fuck up the whole thing. This is what these books are. That's why they censor man so hard. If you notice when you come on my pages, bro, I've lost about 8-9 fucking pages all over Facebook, Instagram 3, Facebook 2, TikTok 6. I've been using TikTok.
Badges of honor, sibling, because that shows that you're doing the thing, man. You're doing the works. You're trying to uplift fallen humanity. But you see, the thing is, some people will get disheartened after the first thing, man. You know what I mean?
That, man, the truth is immortal, bro.
Yes.
There's not more ancient than the truth. So it's about getting back up. So every time they do that, they making me like the fucking crocodile. You know how tough my skin is right now. Yeah. They creating a monster just by licking me down. But they lick down my YouTube. After the 3 years of building it, you've seen the 500 videos on there, reptilians, Anunnakis, Islam, Christianity, religion, science, the whole shit, man. We even had Are We in a Computer Reality series that hit so hard, man. This simulation holographic, because the way I explained it, man, it was one of my favorite shits. They wiped my channel. I didn't get to save none of them videos, probably about, remember I did one on the Moors,
Oh, yes, the Moors paradigm.
Even I got word from his people, that bastard, he really liked that one, that fucking Moors one. You understand? Like, and then I did the Escape from the Chicken Farm, and these are all books. Like that I could just take any one of these lives and just transcribe it. Okay, now I'm making this.
Yeah. That's a fact, that is.
For me to do this shit. That's how I do it. It's in my head, man. So like they linked my channel down. That one hurt me, bro. And then I had a TikTok that was hitting 10,000 people, 10,000 likes, fucking 5,000 shares, 7,000. The thing was going crazy, and I only had it for about 3 months. They licked it down. You understand? I was like, yo, they don't want this shit out.
They don't want it. No.
You know what it is? When that thing in Peru happened with the aliens, the
yes.
I went live because I had so much. Yo, I had 2,000 people watching, man. I sold about fucking 20 books, rude boy. I couldn't believe it, yeah? And in the morning, they licked down the channel, bro. Pulled up some old shit and licked out. Boy, bro, the live was serious. I think I got about 5 minutes of it on my Instagram.
Damn.
You know the tools on TikTok, it's crazy.
Yes.
So the pictures was coming up and everything, and I got all the AI done pictures now. I knew, and everyone. So the thing, it just, yo, people was like, what the fuck? You know, and they linked it down.
Man, I didn't think TikTok was like that.
Yeah, TikTok's crazy, bro. But you know what it is? Once they zoom in on you, the AI, like, bastard, this guy's a revolutionary. They shut you down. Because the one I've got now, I'm lucky if I get 3-4 likes, bro.
Right.
Yeah, they've just got it on lock. Yo, this is the same guy.
Yeah.
Let's just lock it down.
Just lock him.
I got a trick up my sleeve at the end of the month. You might see that old one come back real soon. Remember, there's some people that quiet in the ease of that, I'm telling you.
Definite, man. But yo, as I say, man, that Giovanna, it's frustrating. It's hella frustrating because man, I put in the work, you know, time, effort, energy, and they just
500 fucking videos, man, over 3 years. You know how hard that was? I remember starting in the lockdown. So yo, let me try this YouTube shit's hard, bro.
Yeah,
get your YouTube profit. That shit's hard as hell. Forget all the other apps. So I thought, let me try and crack it. Bro, I reached 500 followers. It took me 3 years, but when you reach 1,000, you kind of crack it, innit? But I just hit 500, and I thought, well, yo, I'm proud of my little YouTube. They licked it down, bro. Fucking wounded. And then it was the day after that they licked down the TikTok, the 10,000 thing.
You see it there? And the mad thing about it is, without, like, say, let's rewind 10 years back. Let's say 10 years back. No, let's go even further. Let's say 15 years back. You were like, yo, make I try this YouTube thing still. Which was a very different place back then. You would be one of the biggest, you would have been biggest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right? And that built the platform to what it is today. Yeah, so your content, our content built YouTube, and then they said, you know what? Yeah, we want people to fight each other. We want people to show their body. We want man versus woman. So your kind of content, we don't need it anymore.
Do you know what it was for me? I put out the 2 books. Yeah, I ain't even got no copies here. They keep selling like, you know, the Coronation and COVID 1984. Coronation, the ancestors came to me and they said, Djedefre, because I was going to put out that Today is Tomorrow's Yesterday. I wrote this book in jail with Treasures in the Sun. I wrote 2 of them. 2 of them took 6 months, Treasures in the Sun. And then after I came back from trial, now I knew I really did get 4 years. So that means I've already done a year on remand. 25 years is turned into 1 year. If I do 1 more year, I can go home. These gods are real, Dan. Yeah, so now I've gone back in the cell. I'm like, I'm gonna write you niggas another book. So I wrote Today is Tomorrow's Yesterday. But then Corona hit. Because when I published Treasures in the Sun, it was the font was small, so I had to revise it. And people were like, yo, it's like you're talking to yourself. You have to write it like you're talking to someone who don't know nothing about this shit. You understand? So I had to revamp the book. That took, because I came out of jail 2017. So when I published the book 2018 on Dr. York's birthday, I published a book June the 26th. Yeah. 2018. Boom, Treasures in the fucking Sun.
Proper thing.
Yeah, and then I had to revise it. It took a whole year. The whole of 2019 I spent starting from scratch. I revised the whole way, the style that I'm writing, like I'm speaking to someone who don't know about the thing. You understand what I'm saying? And then when I finished doing that, I just finished doing this Treasures in the Sun. I'm ready to release this. Today is Tomorrow's Yesterday. the fucking corona hit. And the ancestors are like, yo, you have to write about this because there ain't no black man that's going to write about it. Everyone's just going to listen to these white folk. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not a doctor. Here, the ancestor, yeah, but neither is Bill Gates. And he out here giving you niggas mandates. So I thought, I'm going to write the fucking book. I had to. If the ancestor says that to you, what the fuck are you going to say? Listen, Bill Gates ain't a doctor. He telling y'all niggas what the fuck to wear, when to go. Well, yo, write the fucking book. So I wrote Coronation, and I chose to call it that because it's like the crowning of black people. That's what I saw the virus as. This thing is come to take out a certain population and certain people. I did the research before this shit. I released that book before the rollout. Yeah, I released that on Friday the 13th, like some Jason shit. I really did it on purpose. Like, yo, Friday the fucking 13th. 2020, right before the US election with Trump and Biden. I wanted to get it out before this rollout because I had inside information from the ancestors. So they was like, yo, put it out now so people will see that you already knew this shit before it came out. Don't fucking drag your feet. So I was writing another book at the same time, The Golden Child, about this Israelite shit. So I put both of them out at the same time on Friday the 13th on some Jason shit. Who does that?
Two books.
Book 2. And then the next 2 books, What Side of History, The Supernatural Origins of Man, and COVID 1984, the next year, I put them out together as 2. And I wrote both them books in 30 days. You understand?
That is mad, boss.
The reason I put out COVID 1984, because when the thing actually did roll out, obviously there was all kind of other shit that I didn't foresee. Not that I had anything wrong, but I didn't know there was aliens in the thing and the certain names of this, that, and that. So I was like, ancestors are like, yeah, nigga, we're gonna do it again. Then we came one after. You get me? So I took George Orwell's title because I thought, yo, we're in 1984. Yo,
exactly.
COVID 1984.
Yep.
The first one is Coronation, because Corona is the crown of the sun.
Crown. Yes.
Crown.
Yes.
Understand? So the crown virus, I started explaining it. I'm using the Bible to show you prophecies that line up with this thing. And it's not just about Corona. It's about like the 400-year prophecy. Yeah, if you turn to Genesis 15:13, and God, or one of the Anunnakis, is telling Abraham, yeah, your people are going to be slaves for 400 years and shit, man. Yeah. Take America, 1619, Virginia, bam, that's when America started as the Washington, D.C. English shit today, 1619. So 2019, that's 400 years later. And then 2020, what happened? Bastard, Corona locked down, the whole world's fucking locked down, rare. Why? Because we're in a 400-year prophecy, nigga. But most people they're not memorizing this shit. I'm telling niggas, yo, Genesis 15:13, go and read it. What's the Anunnaki telling Abraham? Saying, yo, after 400 years, so you see Ghana and Nigeria, yo, you can come back to Ghana and you can get land, we're calling all the people back. And Anunnaki saying, yo, you're gonna fucking start going back and you're gonna be rich. Them niggas is finding gold in the ground and all types of shit in Africa. The fuck you think this is? Like I said, they only have power to fulfill prophecy. We said earlier, right? They ain't got no power to be doing nothing. We keep giving people all this power. They ain't got no fucking power. This is being what was written. It was already written. It has to play out.
Yeah.
No matter what people think, even if you don't believe in it, they believe in it. That's why they're trying to fucking bring in their new world order.
That's the damn. See, this is the weird thing. You got these so-called, smart folk out here in the alternative media talking all this high science, but then it's like, how can you give like they're talking about climate change, global warming, and all this the change and all this? But like, do you really think to quote unquote logical people? I'm like, sibling, do you think that mankind and humans have got that much power that they can mess up the earth to the point that we're changing the weather?
Like there's no check on it. There's no one to check that. Of course there is.
Come on. It's like they can make it little rain and stuff. Like they can do little bits and pieces.
Okay, so like I'm gonna talk. I always do anyway. When I'm talking from what's in my books, because I speak what I know and I know what I speak. So if I go to COVID 1984 now, that goes deeper than Coronation, Corona. I was even talking about Prince Charles before the Queen died. I was talking about Prince Charles, and then the bitch went and died. And she's like, yo, you're making me feel like a prophet, man. What the fuck's going on? Swear down, I didn't even know how to feel. I'm like, yo, how do I know this shit? Till it's driving me, man. You understand? But in COVID 1984 now, yeah, I'm explaining certain things about how these people with the New World Order, yeah, how what they're doing with this lockdown thing now is because they have come to a point where they can't even fire nuclear weapons no more. They haven't told us. But if they went all over their nuclear silos, these aliens, these UFOs, the Galactic Council, they can't fire not one of them. If they try and fire one of them UFOs come around and zap them shits. Zap them. I got receipts on my page, on my IG. Zap them shits. The thing just falls and blows up in the sky, rude boy. They can't do it. They're using the media to give us a false narrative. Yes. But this planet's already been quarantined off and shit. This shit's been in quarantine for the last 6,000 years, rude boy, about Ross Clark quarantine. You understand what I'm saying?
About going to the moon.
You understand? And the moon, yeah, like I said, behind the 9 ball, when you go into that, what they're trying to show you is we are in a holographic simulation. And you have to vibrate to a certain height to be able to see it. Otherwise, you can't see it. You understand? You're just going to see it, okay, we're on a fucking spinning globe in the middle of nowhere. And it just goes on and on and on and on. Yeah. And you understand? Yeah. And if you can't vibrate high enough, then that's what you're going to see. Like the atom can look a million different ways to a million different, depending on how you vibrate when you're looking at
Exactly.
Someone might see some geometric fucking pattern.
Yes.
And tell you, yo, can't you see? You're like, nah, nigga, all I can see is a circle.
It's the circle.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, man. Like even at its most basic level, like what you're sitting on at the moment. At the moment, it's because we're in this sort of current state of density. This is a dense item, but that is vibrating at such a fast speed and rate. You know what I mean? That it becomes almost solid. Like everything is vibrating.
We're in a light prison. Like if you was to make a prison for light, this is what this is: flesh. Particles, matter, yeah, and they call it gross matter. So gross matter is a light prison. So you're in a light matrix. You are light. Inside of you is a light that they call in your chakra system or your kundalini, your consciousness. All that shit is light. Because even thought, that's an electromagnetic piece of light that's coming from the electromagnetic spectrum, and it's linked to the Schumann frequency of the Earth that extends 60 kilometers from the surface. So all of us communicate in that frequency, even us now on this two-way phone shit. Everything happens in that consciousness. So really there's only ever one consciousness, and there's a prison for certain densities of light. So if your light density drops too low, then you're gonna get trapped in, I'm trapped in this, what do we call this? Oh, this is Earth, nigga. You understand? And we don't realize we just light. Like you said, light attracts light. But it's just density, and densities create moods and create vibrations and frequencies which put you in a different dimension.
Yeah.
So there's 2 dimensions running now. Some people are still operating in the 2nd and the 3rd dimension. Other people are operating in 5D and above.
And that's even more obvious today when you just walk around, you open up the door and you're like, oh shit, I see where you are.
Yeah. So 3D people or 2D people, they're gonna be like, how? Where? That's
I can't see.
Know all of that shit.
Who's that? I can just hear voices. Who's that? I need to go see the doctor. I'm just hearing voices and conversations, but no one's there. Mr. Tuli.
So I paid the price to become Djedefre Memnon. Like I didn't become Djedefre Memnon off no, it's just nice and a bed of roses, nigga. I was looking at 25 years and neglected my gifts. Yeah, I had the intention, but I never pushed hard enough and backed myself enough to push these books out. I just went on I'm gonna go into work in this matrix, and I was the best black manager. Solar panels was making me money out of my arse. I never even used to check my bank account. I just go missing every Friday. I've got like 10, 20 different fucking gal. Young, it was a madness, yeah? The God slapped me in jail quickly. Yeah, I woke up like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bro, this shit could be a movie. You understand what I'm saying?
Big smart, like what?
Yeah, they're like, you better buy one of them notepads off the canteen and write some books, nigga. You're gonna be here for 2 years.
Use your time. But you see that though, sibling. You see that though. See, this is the difference, and this is where for one, not even you were already in a different place. But let's look at the people, some of our siblings, them who are in the broken place, who are in the sunken place, quote unquote, if I can use that terminology. You know, where they're in the muck and the mire, and they've got no gumption, opportunity, ideal to do anything outside of slanging. You know what I mean? A clowning on the flipping blidark. You know what I mean?
For me, based on what my experience was, it's a challenge to see if you're worthy. Because all souls are immortal, but some souls are immortal and divine. Not all of us are divine, bro. And it's just the way it is. And so this life or this prison is to test you, to see, are you fucking worthy of more? Because if you're not, you better enjoy this, man. Make the most of this. This is it. YOLO, nigga. Yeah? That's you. That's
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you qualify yourself, then you'll see there's certainly more. This is not life. That's why in the Quran, Allah says, what you see as life, I see as death. And what you see as death, I see as life. And I always pondered on that, because I was born into a Muslim family. So that was the base I came from. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always pondered, what the fuck does that mean? Like, how can life be death and death be life? So I grew up pondering that until I came into my holy tablets and stuff, and started seeing that, hold on, this, when I'm doing my science projects and stuff, because I'm an ace in science since school, they're giving me 98s and 96, they're telling me I should be a scientist. I tell them I'm already a fucking scientist. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? How do you think I'm getting these? I'm arguing because they never tell me 100. I'm saying, how come it's not 100? Why is there 2 points missing? You have to explain that to me. I was one of them type of students. I really want to know, not because I'm arrogant. I want to know, how the fuck did I get to this? What is that? Where did that? You have to explain that shit to me. So
and they never could explain, right? Slipping. Oh yeah, we're just gonna give you the 96, 98. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
I don't even remember what the fuck they would have told me, man. But I know that's how I was. You get me? They kept a lot of my assignments because I left England when I was 13, and we went to Antigua. My dad's from Antigua, so I grew up there until 20. I didn't come back here till the new millennium. And listen to this. Antigua, if you take the initials, they put it as ANU.
ANU.
So I went there, and that's where I got my holy tablets. Yeah, where my cousin gave it to me. He was like, "Yo, you're a Muslim, innit? Yo, read this book here. He's a Rasta." And because Dr. York was distant Selassie, he wanted me to discredit Dr. York. You understand? He's like, "Oh, you know this Muslim thing, innit? Yo, this guy's talking shit about Selassie. I read this book, cuzzy." So I'm reading this book, and I'm thinking, "What the fuck is this?" Because I don't even know how to take it. Bro, I slapped it on my shelf and forgot about it for about 2 years. And then in school, you know how Antigua is, they're all Christian and shit, innit? They pray before school and everything. I came last in class. You know how they tell you at the end of the year, like, he came last, he only got 42% for the whole term, and everyone can see your name. I got shamed with, boy, yo, Dad. And the teachers are like, yo, see, you should be a Christian. This stupid Islam thing that they take to your mom and them is teaching. I was so angry when Miss Brown said this to me. So I'm gone home, I'm studying my fucking Quran, I even studied the Bible. I'm reading this shit because my mom used to read the Old Testament. So I'm reading it here, you understand what I'm saying? And then fucking I get this holy tablet. I reach to the end of the Bible, the book of Malachi.
Okay.
Yeah? That's the last book in the Old Testament. I refused to read the New Testament. I said, I'm not reading that. That's some Christian shit. I knew that. That's some Christian. I'm not reading the fuck. That's how I was ignorant to it. So I stopped at Malachi. And then my cousins gave me this holy tablets, and at the corner at the bottom here, it's got Malachi. And it keeps hitting me because I remember this last chapter in the Bible, in the Old Testament, the Malachi. It's only 2 pages. So I think, yo, how come it's so short? But the 4 chapters are so significant to me as a 15-year-old. I'm like, yo, that's talking about now. Yeah. So these Jehovah's Witnesses, they used to come to to the yard where we are and preach that fucking watchtower shit, yeah. So I used to twist their head up. I used to say, okay, was Adam born as a big man, or did God create him as a baby? And they'd be there for time, like thinking, yo, I'm gonna answer this shit here.
Well,
yo, I'll just trip them up. You get me? One would say, yo, he was born as a baby, and then the other one would say, no, God made him as a man, and then they would start arguing. And I'll just be there like laughing and shit, like, yo, this is crazy. This is some bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
And I do it with all the religions, even my own, Islam, where I started questioning it. Thinking, yo, all these shits is fucked up. And at this point, so when I went back to this, when I came last in school, now I'm about 17. Everything I never used to understand that used to go over my head, now I'm getting this shit.
It's
I'm
clicking
starting
up.
to get certain parts, yo, Freemasons and Israelites and fucking the real Kemet, and I'm thinking, yo, that's Sumeria. All these new shit put me in my head that Islam never gave me, but this is giving me more pieces. So I just went on a journey from there, fam. Do you understand? With this same tablets, I ended up having to hide it because my cousin's like, yo, give me the book, I'm gonna burn it.
I'm burning.
Give me the book, I'm gonna burn it. Yeah. Yo, I told my sister, yo, hide this book. So my sister hid it. And then when we flew out of Antigua in the year 2000 now, the book came with us now. And that's when I found the Holy Tabernacle in London. One of my friends told me, as soon as I touched down, he's like, yo, brother, have you heard of the Holy Tabernacle? And I thought, yo, is that the Holy Tablets he's saying? And he took me to London, Hackney Market and shit. And that's when I was like, because I thought I was the only man with this book. I don't know what this book is. I'm in Antigua. I don't know who he is. I just know there's a connection. I've just connected with the fucking book, man. My family think I'm crazy because my mum and my dad divorced. So she left before all this shit happened. And then my dad's writing her like, yo, I think my man's gone mad.
Oh, no.
This fucking book.
Reading that tablets, the Injil.
All of that shit, bro. So that's what I'm saying. There's no shortcuts when people are using this term woke. Oh yeah, people are awakening. You don't awaken in overnight. You might come to the realization that your shit's wrong, and I've got a lot of unlearning and relearning to do. I'm not going to be an expert on anything overnight. I'm going to have to commit myself to my own cross-referencing, not just research. I might research something and read something somewhere and say, yeah, that's true. Nah, read that shit from 15 different angles and then make a summation of this subject. Whether it's Gilgamesh, was Gilgamesh tomb found? Okay, let's hear what here says. This is one source. This is another credible source. This is another credible source. This is another one. Let me cross-reference this shit. Okay, now what do I think? Do I think that they found this shit, or do I think they don't? Now I should be able to explain it to a 6-year-old.
Yeah, and that's the point.
Yeah, if I can't explain it to a 6-year-old after I've had a look and researched it, then I just wasted. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
This is it.
But on social media, everybody's a Facebook philosopher, an armchair philosopher, a social content creator, and everybody's an expert on this, and everything sounds good. I can say, yo, there's some reptilians that are orange, like an orange. There's gonna be people that back that, yo, the reptilians ain't green, they're orange. Because he said they're orange. Yo, he's just gone mad. Yeah. Everything, yo. And so if you don't know, you'll trip up, because like Matthew 24, in those days, there'll be bare false prophets, man. Bare of them. All over online. It's not just Brother Polite. There's loads of them motherfuckers. And that's why I really don't care about associating and have a big name and shit, because I don't even want to be associated with no one. No conscious community. None of these social content creators, none of that. I stand on the teachings of the masters, from Dr. York, Dr. Ben, Ashra Kwesi, Ivan Van Sertima, Sheikh Anta Diop, John Henry Clark. That's who I'm talking. I'm bringing their works into these times now. Yeah. So I don't have to consider none of that shit other than what I've considered to bring it up to date. Talking about this UFO shit, all this shit and lockdown shit. Oh, obviously, I'm going to have to update the thing. But basically, I'm standing on the shoulders of these man behind me, not these muppets online now. And that's no disrespect. No disrespect at all, boss. You're talking the truth, because I've gone through, your social media. I see what you post. I don't see you doing lives, Rolls Royce diaries, flaunting this, and I've got condominiums slanging and all this madness and pure contrary business. Come on. It is like we were saying earlier, You see some people's grind, it's unseen. You see the grind like what we're doing now. You see, if you're on the other side of the atom in the spiritual realm, you'll be like, bastard, I got billions over there waiting for me. When I cross over to the ancestral realms, I got a fucking mansion. I'm sitting on like 100 acres. If it was equivalent to here. The ripples that you're creating in here from this side, the ancestors on that side are cheering like, yo, I told you about my man. They're boasting about man and bragging. I told you about to back my man. Yeah, when my man comes to the bloodline, it's peak. Like all that shit goes on, but we don't think about that. The shit we're doing now is so good. It's like Doctor Strange. You niggas is in the like mundane world.
I know.
It's creating ripples on the upper fuck. You don't even know what the fuck people like us are doing. More time you might think we're not doing nothing. So, what does he do? You ain't
hey, but you see, but the good thing is that the people who we affect and have we reach, we're not in a little shell and don't read DMs and don't have email addresses and don't have WhatsApp and all that. People reach out and people will say, yo, sibling, that book, chapter 2, page 49, that thing there changed my life. Yo, Noble, that podcast you did last week about so-and-so, you know how many jewels I took out of that? My crown is heavy now, boss. I'm implementing that thing, not just listening. I'm able to implement what you're talking about into my physical life and manifest the thing. Yeah?
Listen, we used to be telepathic, yeah? Where we didn't even have a written or spoken language. We just used to all speak mind to mind in one of our highest forms of being when we were on the ninth plane and shit. And so when we densified, we was like, yo, when the reptilians started attacking and other disagreeable forces, we couldn't use this telepathy and stuff in the same way no more. Because just like you can smell marijuana and then walk to where that's fucking coming from, the reptilians, if you're using telepathy, that's the equivalent. They can track you. Like, yo, there's a fucking powerful one somewhere. The force is stronger. And where's the bastard? And they can lock in on you. You understand? So we had to ban that. So when we densified now, we had to come up with languages. So one of the most important things was to be able to record your thoughts, write it down. So a scribe was like a billionaire. A scribe wasn't just a scribe. A scribe was an astronomer, a fucking high priest, a fucking kung fu master with the hoodoo and the ancient Montu art forms. He was an architect where he knew all the forms, a mathematician, an engineer, a fucking all bashed in one. Alchemist, hermetists, all bashed in one, what we'd call a polymath. You understand? So I'm coming from that lineage where we're not pharaohs or nothing. We are the power behind the pharaohs. We the polymaths.
Backstage, man. We don't need to be up in the camera dancing.
Now we're here to rebuild again. And my job is to re-record the past, the present, and the future, because these niggas is trying to erase it. These New World Order people, cabal, elites, whatever you want to call them, custodians, they are trying to reset and rub out everything and get themselves an extension so they can just do the whole shit again. And they banking on the fact that we're going to stay dumb enough and stay in the dead 3D vibration. So they, look, they want to carry on. We've told them, we've put in all the movies, we've put in all the fucking commercials. They're so dumb. We ain't got no karma now. Hey, so all you lot, you come in with us.
Yeah, this is the thing.
It's gonna continue for that.
It's like at some point, like some of these people who are very much like, you know, hypnotized and have cognitive dissonance. You're seeing the television series. We're seeing the quote unquote reality scripted television. We're seeing the My Views, aka the movies. They're literally manipulating and showing you, socially engineering your mind to like, oh, this is what we got in the movie. So in 6 months' time, when this is on the news, your subconscious reference that movie. Oh, that's normal. That's part of the everyday life now. Oh,
listen. We'll go back to COVID 1984 again. Yeah, in chapter 2. Yeah, I speak about the real. When I say the real, I'm talking about REEL. Yeah, the real. And how when they made the TV, they never told us that what it does is channel your perception, because you are a conscious creator. So if all of us go and watch Star Wars, we just created that in our reality. Because 2 billion people around the world made that shit a religion. People sleep with it. They got the characters rare. You might see Darth Vader walk up in this bitch one day like, hey, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We're the ones who create through this reel. So the biggest part of it was Hollywood. But they gone beyond Hollywood now because Hollywood works through the smart technology.
Yes.
So now we got phones. It's not even TV. We got the fucking black mirrors, the laptops, the tablets, the phones, the black mirrors, nigga. They put it on Netflix to show you, nigga, we black movies on. You niggas are creating all your own fucking worst nightmares. Yeah? They tell you, yo, Corona, we create that shit. Because we watching the news, remember in 2020, today another 10,000 people have died from Corona. Tomorrow, another 15,000 people have died from Corona. These books are still in my head. Another 30,000, because I was writing it while it happened, this book. Yo, from March all the way to November in 2020. So that George Floyd shit happened. I was like, yo, I'm gonna write about this too, nigga, and tie up this in there. This is like some end of the world stuff. Bro, it was like a movie. Put it out. Everything I said about the Pfizer.
It wasn't like a movie. It is a movie. Yeah. The raw fucking movie, man. And we're not getting paid. We're not the paid actors, man. We're just the extras.
I am though, because I wrote a book about it, a script, and I'm getting paid for that shit. But this is what I'm trying to tell you about the 5D and that. Yeah, when we're playing mental chess, like we're seeing ahead. So one of my cousins was like, bastard, I've calculated, yeah, you're about 54 years ahead. Yo, I had to tell him that it can't be that much. But he's a mathematician. He's telling me, Sam, with my real name, Sanchez. He's like, Sam, trust me, you're about 54 years ahead.
Man don't need to walk no more. He's just floating and shit, man. Some 2030 shit.
The point where I'm like, yo, they talk about these prophets and that having books and stuff. You got man, not just me, walking around here sitting on 12, 15 books and stuff. You're talking about Moses, he came with the Torah. That's one book. No disrespect. But that's one book. Yeah? Like I said, no, I'm writing 6 books. Dr. York, he got like 450 books before that shit happened. After, if you put them all together, 1,000 books. Yeah? That's what I'm saying. But we spoke about that, right?
Yes.
So according to me, 450 books, and the 4 and the 5 is 9. So I'll leave it there. Yeah.
Most deaf, man. Most deaf. It's wonderful, man. It really is wonderful. It's every day, especially in the kind of place I guess we're both in at the moment. It's every day is I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like watching your favorite movie, but you're almost playing your favorite computer game at the same time.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And from my vantage point, you can change the ending. Yeah, because you writing this, I'm writing the fucking script, so I'm outside the pendulum.
And we got unlimited. We got unlimited lives. We got unlimited coins. You know what I mean?
We've got the real in here, so you can create your own shit. I've got my own Hollywood going on. Like you said, I'm the fucking superstar. I had a live on my YouTube that spoke about just this. What we're speaking about. Yo, are you a superstar? We are the Hollywood fucking stars. They basing this on us. All these superheroes are us. But we ain't staying ahead with the looking glass. Bastard Noble, he can fly and shit, you know. That nigga he don't even know yet. We gotta make sure he don't find out. Yeah. That's how real this shit is. They knew since you were born.
You got that element, and also with the age of all this, as you alluded to earlier, the tablets, the smartphones, the computers, your smart televisions, all with cameras and microphones, which are recording your ass 24/7. Yeah. So all these jewels that you be dropping, all these ideas, they're like,
they got a whole digital identity of you. You know, like how we got the straw man on the common law shit.
Yes.
Also got a digital straw man.
Of course.
The digital straw man is so deep. They know all your friends, where they live, even if one of your friends says, yo, I'm not going on Facebook and I'm not online, you know, they know him too. They might not have everything filled in, but they know this guy, you know. Go on. That's how deep this shit is, you know, like Will Smith, Enemy of the State. It's like that, bro.
And you know what? Listen. Side notes, pause this right now when you're listening to it and go type in Enemy of the State, because strangely enough, sibling, not many people have watched that classic.
That was the most slept on movie, man. That shit is crazy, bro. I never
1995, sibling, that film was put out there, so that would have been made 2 years before that, and look what they're talking with.
Yeah. You see how deep that shit is. And you know another one, The Island.
Oh, sugar.
The Island. Go and watch that fucking movie there, yeah, with that Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, and My Youth.
And she looked the same like she looked now. Them clone ass bitches and that. I'm telling you, bro. Yes, Charlize Theron and all them clone ass bitches. They don't even age and shit, dog. They just throw them in the incinerator. Yes. Transfer the consciousness to this one here and tell you it's Botox, nigga.
Yeah. Bring out the new one. Hey, yo, and sometimes they don't even transfer the consciousness. It's like insert the other demon in there. Let's put the other disagreeable spirit and let's put that in there. You know what I mean?
Different ones. Yeah, sometimes they got 3 of them activated at the same time and shit. Yeah. They're like, bitch, if you don't fucking fix up, we'll just kill you and work with the kill you. People don't understand how real this shit is.
Man. It's you gotta laugh, man. You got to laugh sometimes, man, because there are people on the flip side. You got people who are kind of just like, the whole world is against me.
Right. Now you've reminded me of something, yeah. Now let's go on the Jamie Foxx thing. Now I'm on your platform, yeah. I can speak on that, yeah, because you got a good platform. So I had a different theory, and on my Instagram it kind of went crazy because man was like, that's kind of fucking for real, you know. So they said, oh, Jamie Foxx has been cloned, and so you know when he came and he came and everyone was saying, yo, that's a clone because he came on his Instagram after all that time. He'd been seen there, he'd been seen. And then all of a sudden he's come on his Instagram looking all sick and shit, looking a bit pale and all that.
Pale.
And people were like, yo, he's been cloned and rare. You know what I think? I think that wasn't a clone. I think that was the real Jamie fucking Foxx, because they clone you sometime before you're dead, you know. It's not when you're dead they clone you all the time. Sometimes they say, okay, you're fucking around, Noble, okay. Yo. And then they bring out one of your clones. And then now you're not in the contract. He's in the contract, because guess what, nigga? They own your image. They own the name Jamie Foxx. That's not even your name. That's their name, Hollywood. Yeah. They built you the fuck up. So they own your image. When you were signing for that money thinking, yeah, nigga, I'm Jamie Foxx. They own the name. They own the money. They own the whole fucking image. So, okay, you're not playing ball. Cool, fuck off. They got 6 other clones out here, and they got the image. Jamie Foxx, nigga. He was seen on a yacht.
Yeah.
He was seen with an old lady picking up a handbag. And people are clocking things. My man looked built, he didn't look pale, he didn't look... They're the fucking clones. The one you seen on Instagram, that's the one they're telling, if you don't play ball, bruv, you're dead, bruv. We own your image. We got you out there right now. So he should have came out earlier, but he can't. They're all trapped. You understand?
Is it synchronicity that Who Cloned Tyrone comes out as well then?
Because Hollywood's showing that him. It's for him. Like, yo, we'll fucking clone you, rude boy. We've already cloned you. You got to fall back in line or you're dead, bruv. You're done. Yeah? And they'd probably give him a disease or something and say, yo, if you don't play ball, you're going to die in 4 years anyway. If you do play ball, you're still going to die, but don't worry. We'll transfer your consciousness into a new club. This is how deep the devil is. People don't understand because they're on this surface thing thinking they're just going to get woke overnight. But I'm telling you, I'm sitting on like 27 years of research before there was the internet, before there was a Facebook, before there was even an MSN or a fucking BlackBerry. None of that shit was out, nigga.
We had Motorola 8800 brick phones, you heard?
You probably had to stand on the roof and open that shit up like a seashell, nigga. Fucking hell.
Yes, man. You're highlighting some real good things, sibling. It's the facts. If you wanted to obtain the knowledge and information, you had to go to a library. If you didn't go to the library, you had to seek someone who had the knowledge, who had the books. And if he had the no shortcuts, man. And let's go into more detail though, because we gotta drive it home for the siblings, them and the listeners.
Social media is the shortcut. It makes you think that that's research, but that's not research. Research is you taking yourself away from social media, like you said, going to some even if you go off Facebook and Instagram and you now and it's very hard. If you admit it to yourself, this thing's a drug. We're already androids. Yeah. That's what the Mayans was trying to tell you. Yo, 2012, you're gonna stop being a human. It's the end of you're a fucking cyborg. When last of you went somewhere without your phone? I did it for a month, bro. I locked off my phone for a month. Yeah, locked it off, stuffed it under my mattress. And people drove me crazy. How come I can't get you? I thought, oh, I'm not even allowed to not have a phone.
Yeah, man.
Like government people, we've noticed you don't have a phone. They're emailing me and shit on my laptop. How come you're from? I'm thinking, yo, Dan, does no one see what's going on?
Yeah.
Do you understand? And then when I switched it on, is when my TikTok went to 10,000. I feel like switching the cunt off again, just to see if it happens again, man.
You see it, man. You see it, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely,
That's, yo, bro. I'm telling you, man. I keep telling people, I've been telling them since 15 years old, this shit here is a wrap in 2030. And when I say a wrap, all this UK government, this government, lockdown, this mandate, this president, all that shit's over in 2030. And I told people it's going to start in 2023. It's going to start to get real peak. And then over them 7 years of great tribulation, it's going to get worse and worse and worse into this. Maybe in 2025 or 2024, we're going to have a World War III, like an Armageddon, China against the fucking this or the Taiwan. Some shit's going to drag us into this shit. You understand? In one of those years, it could be 2 years before or 2 years after. It's looking like 2 years late. And when Dr. York was giving this information, he was saying because of the Philadelphia experiment, they created all these timelines to try and divert the shit. He says we might get blocked. We're supposed to be here from 2000, but we might not get here till 2030. Right now, it's looking like 2030. And he said by 2043, we got to be gone, whether you're with us or not. We can't even stick around in this neck of the woods because that sun you lot are fucking with, that shit about to blow out. About to flash out, bro.
This is the thing, man.
The black hole, they got to go through the black hole with or without you by August the 12th, 2043. And August the 12th, 1943 was when they dropped that Philadelphia experiment and fucked up the world. And people don't even know about it. They just go to work. They don't even times out of whack.
Look, they don't even know about Operation Fishbowl. For Operation Fishbowl, I mean, they don't know about the Admiral Byrd. They don't know nothing, man.
Like Operation High Jump, Operation Fishbowl, Operation fucking the Jumper. What was it called? The Mars Project.
Yes, I can't remember the name of that one, but I know you're talking about
Project Serpo, with the reptilians taking humans to their planet, and some reptilians coming to this planet. Linda Moulton Howe and them talk about that type of shit there. She was one of the people in that fucking project, the Serpo project. So she busses out all the information out of that shit. But yo, there's so much shit going on.
Yeah.
Right now, do you understand that if you weren't paying attention in the time when we had like Dr. York and certain people giving you the pieces, so you could take it away for yourself and digest it and do your own cross-reference, because I've always been an avid reader. So I want to study the Bible, I want to critique it. Now I want to study the Torah, I want to critique it. I got the Vedas here, Upanishads, the I Ching. I want to critique everybody's shit, Mayans, Australians, So I want to see what fits together. And when you take all the parts that go together, you get the real indigenous, the same Ma'atian spiritual code. It's so simple. And then everybody just put on this whole heap of dogma and religion.
Yes, this is it. It's noise. They're creating so much noise and so much distractions. As you say, back then, there wasn't, where would the distractions was, especially let's go a bit earlier than that, because they were still out and about doing their things. Let's go 90s. We had four channels on the television. Then we had Channel 5, late 90s.
Mad, and look now.
Look what we got. If he was lucky enough, you had Sky or BSB. You know what I mean? Or then Sky, was it Telly West came in with the cable boxes and all that. Then you had a little bit more channels, but that was our only distractions. Outside of that, you was either in this thing, or you weren't.
More time we was outside on bikes and in the park and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Getting fresh air, busting your knee open and
dropping off fucking roofs, all type of shit.
All kind of madness. Yes. Meeting people, forming relationships, you know what I mean?
So different. Energy was so different. You had to go and meet a gal. You had to man up and approach a gal and say, yo, I like you. Bam.
Yeah.
You have to chat to the gal. Now, it's the meat market thing.
And
you're not even allowed. Some gal have it like you're not even allowed to chat to them unless you're chatting to them online or some shit. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the whole shit's changed.
It's very
different. You can't just walk up to gal no more and chat to gal and say, hold on, what kind of pervert or whatever.
Who are you?
You have to go to the internet right now, bro.
Yes, man.
Silent.
Yeah. Skynet is real, siblings.
It's been
Skynet.
since 1984. All this Skynet shit I'm telling you about is now called Genesis, by the way, with the Y on there. Genesis. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the same Skynet. But we telling you, Corona weren't the only thing that escaped from the lab. We put this in fucking 1984 and told people about this AI shit. We wrote about the D-Wave quantum computers in Today's Tomorrow's Yesterday. That shit's, I've been writing it for 8 years.
D-Wave, people don't know about that D-Wave computing technology.
In the Lucy movie, that's what they was using when she turned into the D-Wave fucking computer and showed you what humans would be capable of and shit. They showed you, yo, Lucy.
You see, with that was a dope movie, you know. But you know what I didn't like? That very end part, you know, when she's going back in time and then she goes and actually sees the original, the monkey homonym Lucy.
Yeah, but they have to show you that. They can't show you, because remember, her name in our language is Dakenesh. That means little lady. Yeah. She was a Tarai, was a Twa or a Anu.
Twa people, small.
Little short people. They're not like midgets, where midgets have long limbs or short limbs. They're just like us in proportion, but they're small. Like the Twa. You understand? So Lucy was one of them. And they put her as a monkey in the movie, boy. You know, but Hollywood, you can't go and put a black woman tar right there. Like, what's gonna happen, man? The Vatican, everything licked on in it, like.
Yeah, man. they could put out a little some, but they can't put it all out, man.
That would be like shots fired. You're gonna have the Pope and the Jesuits, everyone after you, bro. Hollywood shut down. You fucked up, bro. You put a black woman in Hollywood, bro. Hollywood.
And it Rosicrucians, they ain't having none of it. The Buffaloes.
Crusade business. Yeah, man. They have to put a monkey, bro.
yes. But again, just
on the serious note, you got 3 heads of this Hydra, yeah? And the 3 heads is Rome, yeah, the Vatican. That's the spiritual head of the Tamahu, or the Muzungu, the Tamahu. His spiritual head is Rome, the Vatican. And then the financial head, people think it's in America. No, it's right here, London, Stock Exchange. London, Stock Exchange, the fucking royal family, them niggas in the fucking, this is the money system of the Muzungu. This is where it all starts from. They own Washington, D.C. You understand what I'm saying? And then the 3rd is Washington, D.C., which is the military arm of this Muzungu empire. They fucking with the Pentagon, nigga. They'll bomb your ass to smithereens. They're the 3 heads of this Hydra. We're talking about the West and the Roman, Greco-Roman modern Islam. And that's how they win. We got the weapons, we got the money, we got the thing. The 3-headed Hydra. Hail Hydra!
Exactly. We're in the brains of the beast, while the siblings across the waters are in the belly of the beast.
Yeah, it's a mad thing.
It really is. Hey, sibling, I know I've taken a lot of your time. Man, I need to eat as well still, you know what I mean?
We'll do it again another time.
Of course, sibling. Listen, as I said here, there's going to be a part 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the rest of the thing. But listen, promote this new book, man. Where can people get this book?
Yeah, I'm just about what I do, because it's my first novel. Yeah, so I'm like, I have to read it. Now I've got the final copy. I had to sit down and read it as a neutral. Like, I'm not reading it as me and one of you, man.
Yes.
So I'm reading it from that lens, and yo, bro, it's the best story ever. Fuck a Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling and all of that shit, bro. This is our shit, bro. You understand? And I've laughed, I've cried, bro, it's riveting. It's like I can't put it down. So once I've did that, because I've seen a few typos, you can still buy it, but you have to correct me direct, because these will be worth like fucking more than anything.
Oh, come on, you don't know the thing, man.
The first edition with the typos and that, they're the ones that are worth the most. If the book, when the book blows up, it's like, yo, you got a first edition when it's got mistakes and that. That's worth 10 grand, yo. Get me. So there's people that come on my shit every day. Yo, I want it now. Yeah, and read it with you. But I'm on chapter 4. When I've done that, I'll put it on Amazon. So you can just go on Amazon UK and buy it. If you want to come direct, we put a personal message in there and sign the signature and the date. Yeah. some people love. They put the meaning to their shit.
That's
They,
that's what it's about, sibling. Listen, anytime I have authors on, if I'm buying a book, I say to them, listen, I don't want to go through Amazon. I want to come to you direct because I want you to put your pen on there and put me a little something in there, man. Because that means more to me than the book itself. You know what I mean? That energy, that time. You know what I mean?
Imagine I got people in Hawaii that have bought my books. Hawaii from like 2020. Yeah. Hawaii, I want Treasures in the Sand. People in Belgium, people in Australia. It's mad, bro. It's crazy.
Hey, I would imagine Mr. Cannonier's been buying up your books like so and so.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Jared Cannonier. You've reminded me. That was one of the highlights of me becoming Djedefre Memnon. When me and him connected, he came in my inbox as a regular. I didn't know nothing about no UFC, nothing. This is just a dude who came and connected with man. And watching the lives and everything. And then he's like, yo, how much for your book? And I said, which one? At that time I had 3. He said, all of them. So I gave him the price. And he wired that money into my fucking account. And then since then, after he did that, I thought, yo, I've never been on his page. I keep seeing his symbol come up on my videos and shit. Killer Gorilla MMA, but I never seen MMA. I just seen Killer Gorilla Rama. So I used to call him that. He used to laugh. Like, yo, it's Killer. And then one time he told me it's Killer Gorilla MMA. But I went onto his page to show love because he bought my books. I thought, yo, I've never been on this guy's page. Let me go and look on his page and just like some shit. Went on this nigga's page. This nigga's a UFC star. Thought, oh shit. So I've got an interview on my Instagram with me and him because he bought Treasures in the Sand. Yeah. Before his fight with, it wasn't with Izzy. Before his fight with Derek Brunson, I did an interview with him the day before. I'm interviewing him from the UFC hotel. He's like, yo, I got a book.
I was live. Right, I was in the live. Remember? Come on, man.
Come on, I got a book right here, bro. So shout out to Jared. Even now, I still got his number. I back it. Win, lose or draw. I told him here in the start, in the intro. I'm telling you, even one of the characters is based on him. When I talk about the Medjay, when man had to draw for the Medjay from down south. Some of the characters are based on man like him. Well, then man, we had to draw for man. From the north and established. So if you want the book, come on my Instagram, TZT Book Mafia. You can follow us on TikTok, Mafia for Life 9. Yeah. And then if you stay up with the post and what's going on, you'll see when the book's ready on Amazon, or you could just DM us on any one of them and you can have access to all the books, because that's just one. I don't have the others around me. I probably got COVID 1984 somewhere. But
I'll make sure I put all the links below in the description. Two things before you go, sibling. 2 things before you go. Have you had fun today?
I've had real fun, man. And you know what? I've had high vibrational fun. You know, sometimes fun is just like low vibrational, anything, we just laughing. No, we've had high vibrational, educational fun. We've made education fun again, cool. And that's what we got to do to give it to our children so they pick it up. You understand? It's cool to be like this. It's not cool to have your pants sagging down halfway down your ass and speaking mumble and heavy. It's cool to be like us, astute.
Yes.
Like an accurate, sharp, excellent being, useful being. You understand? Yeah. So with 100%. Respect, man. Anytime, just shout, man.
100%, man.
We'll chop it up again, man. And shout out to all the people.
And you know what? I conceptualize and put that all into one word: edutainment. Yeah, that's what we do, man. We're providing that edutainment for the people and the listeners, the siblings, the youth, them, even some of the older people, them, man. Especially, strangely enough, sibling, the majority of the listeners are in the wilderness of North America.
Yeah,
South America. It's a mad thing, boss. We're here in the brains of the beast.
Shout out to Texas, shout out to Florida, shout out to New York City, shout out to Brooklyn, New York, especially in New York, shout out to California, shout out to Inglewood, all my people, shout out to Mexico and the primas in Mexico who fuck with my material, man. Like on the real.
We worldwide with the thing, man. We worldwide with the thing. We ain't just here in little old Midlands Baltimore, and shit. Baltimore, man, Memphis. New Orleans, man, all
Atlanta, ATL, GA. When you shout out the man them that invest money in my books, man. Yeah.
For sure. Make sure you go if you just stumbled across this brother, please do check out the content. All the links will be below in the description. Definitely check out the books, man.
Yeah, get with the movement, man. The revolution is now. That shit ain't gonna happen. That shit's happening right now. Get
right now.
Get in where you fit.
You don't know the thing, man. Jump on the train, all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friends. We out.
Peace to the gods and earths, man.